Ready? Start. Mr. Deputy Chairman, I support the motion for reference of the bill to a joint select committee. I heartily welcome the provisions of this measure meant to ameliorate the conditions of workers in the road transport industry. The industry has tremendously increased in recent times, so much so that even railways are afraid of competition from road transport in carrying goods and passengers for long distances. We have made enactments for all the big industries. We have got separate legislation for plantations, for coal, and for others to protect the wages and to provide good working conditions to the workers employed in those industries. Because of the expanding nature of this industry, this bill was necessary and is most welcome. While welcoming this measure, I would like to make some observations on the clauses for the consideration of the Joint Select Committee. Para. With regard to clause 1 dealing with definitions, the provisions of this bill apply only to those undertakings which employ more than 10 workers. Under certain circumstances, it can be extended to those undertakings which employ even 5 workers. I know that the government have their difficulties in applying the provisions to each individual working in this industry, and that has got to be appreciated. But we have got a fear that this might lead to fragmentation of some of the bigger units. We have got before the House a bill to amend the Plantations Labour Act brought before the House only for making a provision to check fragmentation of tea gardens. So that tendency is there, the tendency to break law, even among the big ones. Therefore, I suspect that this provision is likely to be misused by some undertakings, and there might be a tendency for fragmentation. I am glad that my friend Mr. Verma has just suggested that an attempt should be made to make viable units. Of course, there are many transport cooperative societies working at present, and there is a tendency to operate these services on a cooperative basis. To avoid any misuse of the Act, my request to the Honorable Minister would be that this bill should be made applicable to everybody. This has got to be done, otherwise, there will be fragmentation and there will be a tendency to employ 5 or less than 5 workers. Thousands of trucks and buses are running in the country which are working individually. Stop.